Okay, everybody, we're about to put the chickens in the coop for the very first time. Okay, so here's our coop and chicken run almost completed. We've got a couple of minor details to finish up on yet, but I wanted to show you guys everything we've got built so far since we're almost done. So we've got the chicken coop itself and then the chicken run. First thing we're gonna do is show you guys all around the chicken coop. We got the plans to this off of Pinterest actually. And so the plans were online. We paid, I think it was about $17 to get the plans, and that was well worth it because with the price of lumber right now, I could not have any scrap pieces, or at least as minimal as possible. And because I bought the plans online, they were already worked out to the point where there was almost no scrap pieces after this entire thing was built. So that was really, really nice. Inside, we've got these roosting poles here, and then 5 nest boxes over on the side. We have roughed in some spots for windows to go. So those are about 120 bucks each right now. So I put off installing the windows for now. And we also want to get some sort of a vent up high there or along the side here. We haven't decided yet, but we need some sort of a vent for airflow up high, and that way all the hot air will be released as it builds up in here so it doesn't get too hot during the summer months. Luckily it is mostly in shade by our silver maple, and we've got pine trees here and then these cedars here that give it shade so it's not wide open in full sun all day. And we just got wood chip bedding right now. I'm going to do some research to make sure that this isn't going to be bad for them. The chickens are not going to be out here full time yet. I've just got them out testing the waters right now. But this is the wood chips that I got from our local public works department. So when they do the brush pickup, it's the same stuff that we put all over the raised garden beds and on top of our vegetable gardens. So I just put that in here. I am going to make a video on this to see if it's qualified for them or not, or if we should just buy plain old pine shavings, but either way, you guys get the point. And then we're gonna update our food containers as well once the chickens get a little bit bigger. Another thing I'll be adding is I've seen people use hood openers. So like you go to an old scrapyard and get a hood opener from a car and pop that on here so this stays up. Otherwise, I'll just build a simple locking mechanism with a couple of 1x1s that would also work just fine. But this is where we have all of the nesting boxes. Very nice. It's a 5x6 footprint, so pretty large, plenty of space for 6 chickens in there. All right, let me show you what we did with the chicken run. So I'm sure many of you are aware that the price of lumber is just through the roof. It's ridiculous. To build this chicken run with lumber and then this hardware cloth would have cost me probably about $500, $500 or $600, like just a lot of money that we didn't have to spend right now. So this is my DIY solution that I thought up, and I think it's gonna work just fine anyways. What we did was we got plain old T-post. These are 5-foot T-post. So we've got them in the ground a good 1.5 feet. I think they are actually 42 inches above the ground to the top. So that way this hardware cloth is laid across the ground over here. And that's going to be partially a deterrent for if we do get any predators back here. We've never seen any in our backyard. We've got the dog back here, so his scent kind of puts him off a little bit, and he's always in the backyard. So I don't think we're going to have a problem with predators, but just in case we do, we get some fox or something like that, having this laid out on the ground like that is really going to help. Then eventually we're going to get like simple 4x4s and lay them out along the outline as well, just so it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So give you a quick walk around. So that's the whole deal. All in all, it is 50 feet worth of run. So we used up 2 rolls of this hardware cloth. So those are about $60 each, $64 each. So if you imagine $120 just for the hardware cloth, and then the T-post are about $5 each. And we use 7 of those. All in all, it wasn't too bad. It's fairly affordable. And what we did on the top to stop anything from getting inside from up above, hopefully, I mean, granted, if a hawk decided to just nosedive through this thing, it could probably get through. But for the most part, this is going to deter anything from getting in from up above, and then it's going to keep the chickens from flying out as well. This is just a bird netting that you can buy off of Amazon. This is a nylon string, so it's definitely going to be withstanding the weather out here for a few years. I think a couple of years. We might have to replace it. Raleigh, knock it off. They're your friends, not your food. I think these will be good for a couple of years. And then we got UV resistant zip ties, just zip tying all of this stuff down. And then the same thing with the hardware cloth. We zip tied that to the T-post. So we went just about as cheap yet effective as we possibly could on this thing. And I really do think it turned out great. In the backyard, it doesn't look bad at all, and it provides them with quite a bit of space for the amount of money that we spent on it. I'm really happy with it. One last thing I got to show you guys. One, I'm working on a design to build like some sort of a door. So what I did to get in here, just if I had to, was I attached this 2x2 onto the mesh, and then I cut a length down, then I cut a length across. So if I've got to get in here, I just take this off and then peel this open, and that's my makeshift door for now. Eventually I'm going to get boards along both sides of the opening and then secure those in and get some sort of a latch so I can open the whole thing like that. Or what we'll do is just make an entire section open up. So we would have boards going up here along this T-post, boards on this T-post with a hinge, the handle over on this side, and the whole mesh panel would open up with post boards running along the top and the bottom as well. So I don't know, we'll see how this goes for now. Again, this is just kind of an initial setup. As we have time over the years, we're going to make this better and better, but this is just what we've got right now. Last thing I've got to do here is I've got to staple up this bird netting above our door. And then this is our Run Chicken automatic door opener. So that way I don't have to bring them in and out. I can just let the door do all the work. Eventually the chickens will get acclimated to when they should go in and out. So they're going to realize that this door is closing and opening. They're not completely stupid. They will be able to develop a schedule with it. They understand that it's going to be nighttime. I'm going to have to kind of herd them in for the first few days at least, maybe up to a week, I presume. And then after that point, they might kind of get used to going in the chicken coop before nighttime. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna do some more research on how people have done it as well, so I'm not wasting my time. But I think if we just develop a schedule with them, they'll kind of get used to it. Inside, you can notice that there's all sorts of dandelions, and then there's chickweed too, that's smaller stuff. I really wanted to make sure that there's no creeping Charlie in here. That's really the only weed we have in the back here that's going to be toxic to them, that they really should not be eating a lot of. But dandelions and chickweed are absolutely great for them. So they can eat up and snack back here for now until I bring them inside, because right now we're only experiencing temperatures of about 65 degrees. So it is a little bit early for them to be outside full time. They're only about 2.5 weeks old right now, and we don't want to bring our chicks out until they're 4 to 6 weeks old. They've got their full set of feathers grown in, and then we're seeing regular temperatures above 65. I don't really want to deal with bringing my heat lamp out here and everything right now, so I'm just going to get them back inside for now, for these next couple of weeks until they can go outside full time. In the meantime, as far as content goes for the chicks, I'm going to make a quick video on how to take care of chicks and raise chicks in these first 4 weeks that you guys have them. It's going to be a really quick and simple video. There's not a whole lot to it, but I think you will all enjoy it. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. It was a real quick episode on these chickens. It's awesome to kind of finally have this thing built for them to roam around in and kind of get used to. So that concludes today's video. I hope you're all having a great gardening adventure out there, and I hope to see you all in the next episode.